Hello, followers, and welcome to the Physical Media Show. Tonight with me is Runner. Sadly, I do not think Tom will be joining us. He is a very busy man. So while the master's away, the kids will play, like HVP says here. But before we begin, I would like to say hail to the chat. HVP, Mr. Plague Doctor, welcome back from your vacation. Hope you had a great one. Hail Brian Barth, and I know Cosmic Squirrel was here earlier, but it looks like they got rid of his comment, which is weird. But Dan Blackroyd, I love it. Absolutely love this comment. This is so cool. I wonder if they will talk about Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead and the Karate Kid this week. Yes, we tend to talk about that a lot, specifically Runner with Dawn of the Dead. I love that comment. That is funny. I don't think we'll probably be talking.
That is funny. It's not really my fault as much as Greg's. Like sometimes
I pick on him and then we bring it up.
No, like what was that? Oh, I think I was showing like
Hail Anthony Draven.
I think I was talking about like Army of Darkness one time in the show, and you like for some reason thought I was gonna talk about Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Like, no, you fucker.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like you did this to yourself, dude, not me.
So actually, Dan Blackroyd, I guess we did talk about it a little bit. Oh, speaking of which, Karate Kid thing, I did see Kobakai season 3 is out on DVD. So
yeah, that's I heard of that. That's news. So I'm looking at some of the stuff I'm seeing on this Twitter account called Geek Grab.
Geek Gab.
Geek Gab, yeah. Okay, like it says, what is it? From Dusk Till Dawn coming to 4K later this year. No date confirmed.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, we knew that.
Good evening, Tyrell72.
Talked about that. Let me look at some of the other stuff though, so you can just talk to the chat
and
look through.
Hey, the lovely Sherry, welcome to the chat.
What's up, Sherry?
Yes.
The House of Gucci comes out in February 22nd.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that. The King's Man, February 15th.
That movie just came and went. I don't think anybody ever watched that movie.
I think I heard decent things about it. I haven't seen any of the Kingsman movies though.
I've seen the first one. It wasn't that good. So
really?
I opted out. Yeah. It's good. It's good action fight scenes, but it's just not a good story.
I heard a lot of people like those movies. I don't know.
I didn't care for it. It's got good fight scenes though.
It looks like Target is doing an exclusive March 15th. Well, I think this is when the whole movie is being released for Spider-Man No Way Home. Target is doing their exclusive 4K.
March 15th.
Yeah, March 15th. I think exclusive fan art edition with collectible cards. So it's like cards of Spider-Man. American Underdog comes out February 22nd.
I've heard good things actually about that.
Yeah, Zachary Levi movie. Yeah. It does look good. I think I might have seen a trailer for that in one of the movies I saw. But also the Daniel Craig Bond movies are coming out in 4K March 1st. From Casino Royale to No Time to Die. So if you're interested in that, that's coming out. I really wish the Connery movies came out in 4K. That would be fucking amazing.
Give it time. They probably will down the line.
I mean, no doubt. Like they'll probably do one for like every Bond, but I don't know why you wouldn't do that one first, or just do a whole damn box set of all the movies like they did for the Blu-ray. But that's gonna be crazy fucking expensive.
That would cost a lot of money.
Yeah, and this was just posted like a few minutes ago. The Godfather Trilogy on 4K, March 22nd.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen those movies, but I made a promise to my dad when I see it the first time, I'm going to watch it with him. So,
there you go.
My dad loves The Godfather. He's obsessed with it.
Really?
Yeah, like he loves it. Like we gave him I think for like Father's Day, like we gave him like a wood, like a like a cutting board or whatever, like some wood thing that said the Grill Father with the Godfather font on it. So yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so that sounds good. I did do a little video here myself.
And I guess what is it? Sorry. I guess the two movies that were released recently, just yesterday, were Dune and Halloween Kills on 4K.
Yep.
And Blu-ray too.
So that's
Sorry,
good. Yeah. There you go. You ran it down. Little Tom Jr. here. But yes, and I also, I just did a video here on my channel as well too. If you guys want to go check that out, if you've not seen it, where I run down some upcoming ones too. I know Robocop, the TV series, is coming to Blu-ray for the first time in North America, in the US. So if you didn't know there was a Robocop TV series, it's cheesy, it's bad, and it's fun to watch.
I was gonna say, like, it sounds like your kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really cheesy.
I've only seen the first RoboCop movie.
The first one's the best. Second one's decent. The third one is utter garbage, but still kind of a fun watch, even because it's so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you're into like the two Coreys, if you like Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, one of their movies they did called Dream a Little Dream is coming to Blu-ray for the first time, and possibly Vestron. So that's coming out. Yes, Robocop, the TV series, there is such a thing. It was actually produced by Canada. It was actually made by Canada, and it aired syndication in the 90s. And they changed people's names and characters, and oh man, it was bad. And Dan Blackwood said, "Do you think they will eventually release the individual Ghostbuster movies with all these new special features on 4K?" No, honestly, I do not think they will. I think it'll probably just be for that box set.
Yeah, sadly,
no.
Yeah. That sucks though, because I mean, I'm debating on getting the box set just because of special features, but at the same time, you're getting a code for 2016, which, I mean, I hope they're like, you get to like put like each individual code for one movie. That would be great.
Yeah, I think that's usually how they do it on the box sets. You can usually just do that. So
plus, aren't they like changing like aren't they doing like a remaster 4K for the original two movies?
I think so. I think it's a little bit better, technically improved and stuff.
For the box, like in the box set.
Yes, I think so. It's a little better, like sound and quality and stuff like that as well.
Okay, because I haven't gotten a chance to see the first one because I only own the first one on 4K.
Yeah,
on my TV. I still need to watch that.
It's good. It looks good, and like Tom said, those first 4K versions of the Ghostbusters are really good. The best movies I've ever looked, but they were like some of the early first 4Ks. So yeah, they could probably clean them up a little better now. So
I gotta tell you something. I watched John Carpenter's The Thing on 4K. Holy shit, that fucking blew my mind.
I got mine for Christmas, and I have yet to watch it yet, but I plan on doing it soon.
Jesus Christ, it looks great. That is the best 4K transfer I've seen.
Yeah, I've heard it's really, really good. So I've been waiting to get into that.
Well, actually, and I kind of like I watched it with the John Carpenter, Russell.
Oh, that's one of the best commentaries there is.
That's such a good one. No, yes. But I watched it with that, but I'm like looking at the picture quality. I'm like, holy shit, this is perfect.
It is. It's. I have to. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really great things about the 4K transfer for that.
No, that is a perfect transfer.
Yeah. And you're right, Dan Blackwood. Technically, it does. The RoboCop does have two TV series: the cartoon, the Marvel cartoon, and yes, and the cartoon is way better than the live-action TV series. It's actually, it's a lot of fans approve of that one. So yes, it would be nice to get that on like a Blu-ray or DVD. And yes, Brian Barth, I do collect certain TV shows on DVD or Blu-ray. If it's one I really, really like and really enjoy, I tend to buy them myself. So sometimes it's hard though, because sometimes you get into a show and it'll go for a while, and then you like the first like maybe 4 or 5 seasons, and then it goes downhill real quick, and then you kind of like don't want to buy the rest of them. So sometimes it's hard to collect your TV shows you like, because you're like you're really into it, and then it's like, I don't want these ones. Hey Maria, welcome. What shows? I actually showed someone here before. I brought on Briscoe County Jr. I brought on here. Did I bring on another one? I brought on Star Trek, stuff like that. It's just like stuff I really like.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Whatever. I'm near the South.
Yeah, excuses. No,
yeah. All the Carpenter commentary tracks with Kurt are awesome, and his They Live commentary with Roddy Piper's fun too. Yeah, they are, because you can tell how much fun they had in the making of the movies, and how well they got along, and the camaraderie, and just like they're great. It adds another layer to the movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and okay, before we get into showing our movies, I just want to let for everybody watching. I'm working on another documentary sort of thing on why we love VHS. And if you have not seen the teaser trailer or the trailer, I'm going to play the trailer real quick, get you guys pumped, and then we'll get into showcasing our physical media for you guys. So check it out.
That's the good stuff. That I still.
I hope you guys are ready for that. I'm looking forward to doing that. It is in the editing process right now, and it'll be coming soon. And yes, you do need to adjust your tracking. I did the trailer like VHS style tracking because it's VHS. But when the documentary thing comes out, it'll be clear picture. Don't worry about that. I do think VHS is sort of making a comeback right now. There are some new modern horror movies and certain movies that they actually do make VHS copies of, and there's an avid fan base right now for VHSs that I've been getting into. So trust me, there's a lot of people out there that are starting to collect VHSs again and stuff like that. And yes, don't forget to rewind. And yes, thank you, Tyrell. It does look awesome. Trust me, you guys are gonna like it. Yeah, I don't think cassette tapes could ever make a comeback, but there are people out there that are starting to collect a little bit of cassette tapes. It's a nostalgia factor. It's a factor of, I think, I really don't know, but you'll have to watch the documentary to find out why so many people still love VHS and stuff. So I hope you enjoy that. It's and just so you know, the people in the trailer there, that was the guy that smelled the VHS. His name is Corey. He's a Nerd Scum here on YouTube. He's a filmmaker. And his partner in crime, the other guy who talked about the return of VHS, he's a director. He's a filmmaker. He heads up. He's the creative director of a company called Vicemares. They make small independent horror films. The woman you saw there, her name is Lindsay Washburn. She is a YouTuber here. She does a lot of VHS, and she's an actress and a writer. So. I've gotten some people together for you guys, and hopefully, and another guy with glasses, his name is Brian Q. He created Pac Guy for people who remember games in the 90s. He created the Pac Guy computer game, which is similar to Pac-Man and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy that when it gets edited. So, Runner, what do you got for us tonight? What's your first pick of the night?
All right, my first pick of the night is a movie. I basically ran to my Best Buy because I can, and I like to run whenever I don't have work because, I want to keep my brand going. But I go to my Best Buy sometimes, maybe like once a week, twice a week, whatever. I don't know. And this one, I bought it day one on 4K. And then I watched it yesterday, and it's as beautiful as you'd expect. Dune.
Nice. I still have not seen the new Dune yet, though.
Yeah, Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
Have you watched that one on 4K yet?
Yes. It looks great.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's as beautiful as you'd expect for it to be. I mean, visuals are on point, like some of the best you'll see. And I think as of yesterday, didn't get mine yet. Yeah, I have David Lynch's as well, the one from Arrow. Got it from Best Buy. I finished it. It is the corniest shit I've ever seen. like this is like bad corny.
Tom, you need to get on in here when you get ready if you're up for it. But
Yeah.
he says, yes, people burn missing disc. Ben, I don't know why I said Ben.
Oh, Ben missing disc.
Ben missing disc. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. For Dune, yeah.
For Dune, like the new one. All right.
Yeah.
I have the Blu-ray and the 4K that come with it, so I didn't know that was a problem.
But you like the new Dune, right?
Yes.
You like the new Dune. You thought the old one was corny.
Okay, so this
compare and contrast real quick.
I'll give you this.
Because a lot of people like that original Dune.
I know,
even though you know.
I know some people like it. One thing I'll say, like, I like the sets for the old one. Like, I can respect it for that reason. Oh, yeah. Dude, those steelbooks sold out like a motherfucker, and I wanted one
all
of those
the time,
bastards.
man. If you don't get a Best Buy steelbook, you'll never get one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's some you can get, but those ones didn't get a whole lot of attention. Like, I was lucky to get that American Psycho steelbook.
Yeah, you were. You're very lucky.
Yeah, and Hacksaw Ridge, that was another one I got from them. No, stuff like that. But
yeah, I heard they weren't like the Halloween Kills 4K steelbooks. I don't think they got enough of them in stores, or did get them in stores. But I know people who pre-ordered them are getting them.
No, I didn't see any Halloween Kills when I went to get Dune. Like, most of it was just Dune.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any like Halloween Kills. But
continue with the compare and contrast for
so the compare and contrast.
Because I like Tyrell says, careful runner, because it's pure Lynch. A lot of people, it's a very divisive movie. The original Dune is, because a lot of people like it, and a lot of people don't like it.
I'm not trying to shade the director, okay? Like, that's not what I'm going for. I'll give you this, David Lynch fans. The score for the David Lynch movie is way better than the new one. I'll say that. But I did watching this movie a second time. I don't hate the score. I just think it's okay, because there's some parts of it that work, even though some of the other stuff is just noise. And I like Hans Zimmer for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, but honestly, what's his one name? The composer that did The Incredibles and some of the other Pixar stuff, and he's done work with like J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves. What's his
Michael
name?
Giacchino
or whatever.
Giacchino.
Like he would have been a great fucking composer for Dune.
Teach their own. Yeah.
No, but the cast is great in the new one. You know, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Timothy Chalamet. You know, like a good fucking cast. Who else do you have? I mean, Zendaya's in it. She's not too bad in this.
Zendaya, I don't know why they're trying to make her happen.
It's weird. Like she starts off in Disney Channel, and now she ends up in Dune.
Okay. I mean, she's just one of the hot ticket actresses at the moment.
I think she's gonna be big pretty soon, though. Like, I mean, after No Way Home, like, I'll admit that's like her best work.
Yes, I will agree. No Way Home, because I did not like her at all in the Spider-Man movies at all. And in this new one, they like, I don't know what they did, but they made you where it's like, okay, I can care a little bit about this character now.
No, I'll say that. Okay, Homecoming. I
didn't like Tom. We'll see in about 15 or so.
Okay, cool. I didn't like her really in Homecoming. I I cared about her a little bit towards the end of Far From Home, even though I didn't like that movie as a whole. And then No Way Home, I'm like, okay, I actually like this character. Actually, like really,
Yeah, she was likable in that movie.
Yeah, she was likable just because well, the problem is because in Homecoming, it's like they didn't really give her much of a character arc. It's like she was just there. And then
they were just using her for shock and awe. So at the end, they could say, "This is MJ."
Yeah, I know. I was just like, what? And then, and Far From Home, it's like she at least had a bigger part than in Homecoming. Like she had more of a part towards the end, and I'm like, okay, like you're making some improvements, and then yeah, she actually proved that she was useful in the new one, No Way Home.
Yeah, but back to Dune here. Brian Bart says, my problems with Dune 2021, I don't like the acting. Modern acting stinks, and everything feels like CGI. What would you say to that?
I disagree. I think the acting's decent, and most of it looks like practical effects. I like something you got to know about Denis Villeneuve is he is a master of visuals. And he's pretty good with CGI too, but he's known for his visuals. If you've seen any of his other movies, like Blade Runner 2049, pops up on anyone's head when they think of Denis.
I've never seen that.
But you've seen at least you've seen clips of it or
I've seen the trailer. That's all.
Okay, what'd you think? The visuals looked good, right?
Looked all right. I have to give the movie a full watch before I could say the visual.
That's true. You would have to see the full movie just to see how good those look.
I tend to agree a little bit with Brian Bart there. I haven't seen Dune 21, but I do feel like a lot of modern acting today does stink, and everything does feel like CGI and a lot of things. But I heard a lot of good things about the Dune 2021, so I can't speak on that on Dune 2021.
You've seen the original one, right?
No, I've never seen either Dune, actually.
Oh,
so I have to. Yes, those are two I have to get on them. And
so for you, because I did what Tom,
Tom told me to watch the original first and then watch the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably watch the original one first because of kind of where you're at with all this, and then watch the new one. And he suggested.
I'll be honest.
So then he suggested to me.
Yeah, you watched
the new one first and then the old one, and I did exactly that. And
I'll be honest, I probably would end up liking the original more than the new one, because that's just where I'm at in my head.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you would,
but it doesn't mean I wouldn't like the new one.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like I don't know.
I actually do. Eugene Rawls actually do have Dune on VHS.
Oh, you just haven't seen it?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I actually do have Dune on VHS.
I mean, David Lynch's Dune looks really fucking good on 4K, other than the stupid visuals in it, the stupid CGI blocky shields that they do. It's so bad. I'm sorry, Tyrell. Some of the visuals in that are so hilariously bad.
I don't know. I have to see it. Before I move on,
the score is really fucking good though. In David Lynch's Dune. I really wish that was the score for the new one, and if that was a score for the new movie, that it probably would have blown my mind in the theater.
What is wrong with acting these days? I would think a lot of they're not really hiring actors to act anymore. Most actors are either just doing it for a paycheck, or they're just getting hired because they need to fill a diversity quota. So they're not really hiring the right people anymore. So it's not really, they're not resonating with the material they're given. So that's why a lot of acting, I feel off in a lot of things. But with Dune and people that are respectable like that, I feel like they're casting better than other movies.
No, that's what I was saying. Because Denis Villeneuve, he is a really good director, and it's like the casting choices in that, like he was thinking like, hey, like I want this actor for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what most other directors back in the day did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this, like there's one race and gender swap in
Yeah,
that
I
movie.
knew there was one, but
Yeah,
it's
but it doesn't affect the movie at all, and it doesn't like it doesn't like have any agendas towards it.
yeah.
Like they didn't push that. Like I remember hearing that from people, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not familiar with Dune, but I like the director, so maybe there's a backstory to this and whatnot, and I mean it was done well. No one really cared.
Yeah. But it's good compare and contrasting there, Runner. Good compare and contrasting there. And HVP, yes, William Shatner is a true legend. I agree with that 100%. And before we go into mine, it's that Tyrell72 says a lot of people don't dig Lynch's style, but it's definitely weird. It is. He has his own little artistic flair to him.
I'll tell you this.
But he actually hated Dune. He actually hated it. So
who did?
David Lynch. He actually hated his Dune.
Oh, I bet he did. Didn't Frank Herbert like most of it towards the end? From what I've heard, like towards the end, he didn't like it.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read much into Dune,
and
so.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the David Lynch Dune is definitely weird, but I'll tell you this: my favorite part was riding the sandworms. That was great. that was cool. That was cool only because one of the things why I thought that was cool is because I want to see it in Denis' next Dune movie. Because from what I've heard, he says that one's gonna be more action, which was kind of what the second part was in Lynch's one, and I'm like that is more towards my alley, is more the action stuff.
Yeah,
because you only got a little bit of it in part one, but you're gonna get more of it in the second. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Tom, yeah, we need the 4K master. What can we say?
Yeah, we do. Hey Tom, I tried to tell everyone what's coming out soon and all that. So I've tried to do your job as best as possible. I'm not sure if you can watch the replay and give me a rating of how I did. Yeah, we really need you.
I'm gonna go on to my second pick my first pick of the night, Runner.
All right.
I'm gonna keep it with the VHS theme just for this one. This is my only VHS I brought tonight. It's Earth Girls Are Easy. I doubt you've even seen this, Runner. This movie stars Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, and Gina Davis.
Jeff Goldblum?
Yes, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, and Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey. It's about 3 aliens.
Oh, and Jim Carrey.
Yeah. The red one here is Jim Carrey. The red one's here is Jim Carrey. That's Damon Wayans, the yellow one, and Jeff Goldblum's is the blue one here. It's a crazy little sci-fi 80s flick, cheesy. It's about a group of aliens who crash land on Earth in Gina Davis's swimming pool, and so she decides to give them a makeover, and when she makes them over, it's just them as humans. They just shave them and everything. Yes, and I agree with you 100%, Tom. That movie needs a decent release so bad. The DVD sucked ass. I agree with you 100%. That's why I have the DVD and the VHS. I think the VHS looks better than the DVD, honestly. Yes, this movie is crazy. It's a great 80s sci-fi flick. It's just weird and out there. And fun fact is,
who owns it?
At the moment, I don't really know, because I was about to say this was Vestron Videos, probably Lionsgate, since they got a lot of Vestron stuff. Vestron Videos' last movie. That last, is it Vestron Vestron? This was their last movie that they produced. It was a box office flop, and it pretty much put the company out of business. So. But it's actually a really fun, cheesy, crazy, out of this world, down to earth comedy adventure. So you might like it, Runner. You might like it if you give it a watch.
It sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. It's funny. It's sort of got a song and dance number in it. It's sort of got a beach movie vibe to it. It's just like pure 80s, man. It's great. And it was at the time when Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum were actually a couple, so they kind of came as a package deal. But yeah, that's my VHS. But Tom, I agree. I agree, Tom. It needs I would like to see it on a Blu-ray release, like from Shout or something. Wonder if some of the music is holding things up. But yeah, you can get it digitally, but the DVD is simply a rip off the Laserdisc. That's true. It is true. So I was wondering if some of the songs and stuff might hold that up, because they do some musical numbers and stuff like that. I wonder. I wouldn't mind seeing Shout Factory get a hold of it and giving us a good release of it. That'd be nice. So, yeah, that's mine. I know you wouldn't be able to talk too much about that.
No.
So let's go into your next pick.
All right. My next pick, it's a DC movie. It's not a Zack Snyder movie. Don't fucking complain. It's a James Gunn.
The new Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's better than the other one.
As of now, until the Ayer cut comes out.
I was, I'm be honest, I went to Ayer cut so everybody can see it, but I still think that movie's going to be better than the Ayer cut.
I can't speak for you because I'm a Snyder guy, so I'm probably going to think that the Ayer cut's better, just because.
You probably will, but yeah, I think that movie it will be better. He wanted to watch a really messed up James Gunn movie that he wrote. Watch Tromeo and Juliet, made by Trauma Films.
Oh,
what?
I was gonna say, oh geez.
Oh yeah, that's his first movie.
Like his first writing credit, or like directing.
Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma. I think it's his first writing credit. I think it is.
Because I think
he credits Lloyd Kaufman is actually in Suicide Squad.
Oh really?
Yes, because Lloyd Kaufman gave him his first job at Troma, and he made Tromeo and Juliet. He wrote that, and in the scene when in the Suicide Squad when they go into the bar, when they all go to the bar.
Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, and all them to go into that little bar there. Lloyd Kaufman, he's a little old man. He's in the corner, right there dancing when they walk in. So yes, he gave James Gunn his first writing credit. And that movie is messed up, as all messed up can be. And greetings, Martin Acosta Santana. Welcome.
What's up?
Excellent, my excellent friend. But yeah, Lloyd Kaufman is in the Suicide Squad. He makes guest appearance because he is credited with giving James Gunn his chance. Oh, I get what Dan Blackroyd's doing. I get you now.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say that.
He's baiting us.
I knew that was the reference, but I was not gonna say anything about that. I mean, he did a good job on that movie, but yeah.
Yeah, but I like Suicide Squad. I think it's one of the best DC movies they've come out with in a while. Too bad it's all going to be swept under with the new DC. DC.
Yeah, I feel like Black Adam might be one of the few decent ones to come out, in my opinion. Just because it could be good.
I'm waiting to see on Shazam because I liked the first Shazam. I thought it was really good.
I like Shazam too. I mean,
I don't know about the second one though. Some of the stuff, we'll wait and see on it.
I don't know. The second one might be. Well, I don't know. I can't speak on that. I'm not looking forward to Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. I don't give a shit. and I sure as hell don't give a fuck about The Flash. That movie can.
I'll probably watch it just so I can see Michael Keaton as Batman, but yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not. That movie there is that movie should be to DC fans, because especially like me, like who I like Marvel and DC both. I've never been like inside it. Maybe a little more DC because Superman's my number one hero, so I tend to buy more DC than Marvel. But I never had animosity towards either one. So like the Flash movie should definitely feel like the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. It should feel like that.
It should, but it's not going to.
Yeah, there's much hype in that movie.
It's going to be such a mess. Like from the leaks going on, they're like the whole point is like basically retconning the Snyderverse, or like
besides all that,
because like they're gonna go all their way just to make sure Zod's neck doesn't get snapped. That makes I'm sorry, if his neck doesn't get snapped, then the world's fucked.
Believe me, that's like that's one little thing that's.
I'm just saying, like
the whole movie as a whole, and the casting and the storyline, it's just all.
Well, the story, I know. I'm just saying, like, because you know me, I've seen those movies many times, and I know if something if you were to do this, it wouldn't work. Yeah, there are 3 Ezra Millers. How the fuck? Like, seriously, like, how are there 2 exact Ezra Millers in one place? I don't know, like some weird CGI shit, and then Sasha Calais is the other Ezra Miller.
But
I mean she's beautiful, but like she doesn't look beautiful.
Well, she used to be until they
fucked that all up.
But anyways, have you watched the Suicide Squad on that 4K disc? I know you've seen the movie, but have you watched it?
Not yet. No, I have not. I got it on Black Friday for pretty cheap. Because I went out of the movie being like, yeah, I enjoyed it. I did have a few issues, but this is like a $10 buy.
How much? What?
Well, I think I got it for like $10 on Black Friday.
You got the Suicide Squad for $10?
Like 10 or 15 or something like that.
Damn, you got lucky. I kept waiting for the price to drop. It never dropped around here.
I mean, no, because Best Buy's been doing like a big 4K Black Friday sale.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like right now?
No, on Black Friday.
Oh, I was just saying, I looked on Black Friday and I couldn't find it for that much.
Like on Best Buy?
Yeah.
Well,
online and stuff.
I got it for pretty cheap for what I remember.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Cool. But seriously, if you guys want to see something by James Gunn that's truly fucked up, watch Romeo and Juliet. That movie will mess you up. Just to give you a little heads up on what the movie's about, it's basically Troma's version of Romeo and Juliet. Lot of blood, lot of sex, brother and sister. There you go. Without spoiling it.
That's enough for me.
Yeah, that movie, Troma films, they're crazy.
That is already fucked up.
Hey, he actually brought heart to the film.
What, James Gunn?
Yeah, because it would have been worse without him, actually, from what I've heard.
I mean, like, I've said this before, and I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think James Gunn's a better writer than a director. Not to say he's not a good director. I think he is a really good director. I just think he's a better writer. That's my opinion.
All right. Moving on to my second pick. This is a great 4K disc. Great transfer. Tremors. On 4K from Arrow. I love this movie.
I need that.
Yes, this is great right here. I kept the new artwork on it because I actually like the new artwork. It looks pretty cool, but it is reversible.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I don't know if the Dune one is.
Usually they are, even if they have because they're the 4K black case. But yeah, it has original artwork on the other side.
Oh, it does have the other side.
Yes.
Around it.
If you look, just because it's not a clear case doesn't mean it's not reversible.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Learn something new every day.
I knew Shout did those. Well, actually,
Yeah,
my 4K for They Live doesn't have a backside.
your 4K what?
My 4K for They Live.
Oh, They Live.
Yeah, like it's Shout Factory, but there isn't like another.
Flip. Well, I think it's still
not
like
flip.
the original artwork on that one, though.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Yeah,
Because they didn't do that for Halloween, and I switched it to the other one.
yeah. But yeah, the Trimmers. Right there, he looks like he broke into the wrong damn rec room.
I like the
great
original artwork. Like I just did mine for Dune right now. I like this is better in my opinion.
I typically like the new artwork or the original artwork too myself, but they say there's the original, but I also like the new.
Yeah,
kind of that the way they drew that, and then they got perfection within the Trimmers.
No, I mean the way they draw the Sandworm too, and the Dune one's good too, and the same with the Tremors too. But the original one's great with the mouth open in the middle. That's fucking great.
Yeah. But
I like Tremors. I need that.
Yes, it's really good.
How's it look on 4K?
It looks good. They cleaned it up nice. It's a really great transfer. I mean, you just can't beat it. I mean, and it helps that it was, a lot of day shots. It's in the desert, so a lot of, the brightness helps it a lot with the transfer and the clarity of the picture. And, this movie just like holds up. You can watch this movie over and over again, and it holds up to this day. It doesn't matter when it was made. It's just like one of those special movies it's better with every watch. It's just so good. I mean, you got Kevin Bacon, you got Fred Ward, you got Michael Gross playing Burt Gummer. It's that small town bottle like movie. It's just so great in the way.
The way they did the effects with the sandworm and all.
I know. It's like they dug out a trench and then laid the sand barely on top and pulled like a ball through it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know like the full story of how they did it. It's just like however they did it, it looks so real.
Oh, they did it well. They literally went out in the desert, dug these big like hole trenches that they were going to come across, and then like they had like this like ball thing that they put in it, and then they just lightly put the sand back over top of it, so it just looked like it was still there. So it didn't like settle. And then they pulled it, and they like it made it look like it was coming through the ground like that. So it was great.
I like Tremors a lot.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's the grandpa from 3 Ninjas. He's the guy that runs the store. He actually names the Tremors them Graboids. He actually names them Graboids. I don't remember if they kind of show how they did the effect in Tremors 2. I don't remember that. It's been a while since I've seen part 2 because, I mean, I like the Tremor series. I like part 1. I like part 2. Part 3 is not very good. Part 4 is all right, and then after that, they just get really shitty. But part 1's always been my favorite. And
didn't they do like Tremors movies like a few years ago that weren't that good, from what I've heard?
They've made 7 Tremors movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the first one is the best. Period. The second one's all right.
I think you said that one was good.
Yeah, the second one's decent. The third one isn't very good. The fourth one isn't too bad. It's a prequel, kind of like how it all starts, which isn't too bad. And then after that, they're just all shit. They're all shit. They get real bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I watch them just out of curiosity, or should I just?
I would watch the first 2.
Oh, obviously the first 2. I'm talking about the shitty ones.
Oh
like
no.
Oh no.
Well, I wouldn't watch them, but if you want to know what happens to Burt Gummer from all the way to the end, go for it.
Like I said, like watch them out of curiosity. Like not that I'll like them, just out of curiosity. Like I went to see that piece of shit Rise of Palpatine movie out of curiosity. Not that I like it, out of curiosity. And
I mean, if you want to go out of curiosity to see how, because like the character of Burt from the first movie, he becomes like the main star of all the films. So like his story is told from part 1 all the way into part 7. He's the only one that carries over. And from the Rookie, the Rookie critic, he's a huge Tremors fan.
Yeah.
He's seen them all, and he says they Jake Skywalker Bert in the last movie.
Oh, geez.
So if you want to see out of curiosity where that all ends up, there you go.
I you know what? I might not watch those movies in like a while, so just for that reason, because.
Yeah. In Tremors 2, there's a scene where he's kind of scamming the tourists on a graboid attraction, and I think for the graboid scam, they legitimately show how they do it. They might. I kind of remember that. But like I said, it's been so long since I've actually seen part 2. It's been a while. But part 2 is worth the watch. It's one of the, I mean, it's not super great, but as far as a straight to like cable HBO or Showtime sequel, it's worth it because it's a decent follow up. But the first one, you cannot beat this Tremors. And if you guys can get a hold of this, get a hold of the 4K Tremors because it's a really great transfer. It's got so many great special features, and it's just such a great movie. And speaking of Tremors, since we're talking about it, just so you know how. Here you go.
Long blonde hair, big green eyes, world-class breasts, ass that won't quit, and legs that go all the way up.
Legs that go all the way up, and then he's like, "Oh," when he sees her. I love that scene. All but Kevin Bacon. Not all the cast returns in part 2, I don't think. Kevin Bacon doesn't come back. I think some of the people from the Perfection comes in. But mostly it's just Fred Ward, Earl, and a new partner in a different location. Yes, Tremors is awesome. Yeah. But there's my second pick of the night. And what do you got for us, Runner, for your third pick? Maybe, hopefully Tom will be show up before we close out.
Yeah, this is the third pick. This you might like. Actually, no. You not might like. You're gonna like it a lot.
Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, Superman, the complete animated series. I'm so jealous that you got that.
Yeah, I started watching it. It's good shit. It's really good.
It's good. It's really good. Now does that go all the way up to the Batman Superman hour? It has to, because that's where Superman was. Yeah.
What about the Batman Superman?
Oh, when they brought back the Batman the animated series, they paired it with Superman the animated series. They called it the Batman Superman hour.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've showed it on the show before, but
yeah, you have the animated series.
I have the Batman one too.
Yeah,
but it's a bigger box. It's got 2.
It ran longer than the Superman one.
Yeah, the Superman one's only 1, but no, so far it's really good. The one I'm on is the second part with Lobo.
I love Lobo, the main man. I love that.
I would love to see Lobo in live action.
They did do him in live action once.
Oh, was it like Smallville or some shit?
No, they did it on the Krypton TV show.
Oh, that. I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched the second season.
Oh, you watched the first? What did you think?
Well, I've only watched the first episode of the first season.
Oh.
It wasn't too bad. It was kind of like a Game of Thrones type thing. But it wasn't too bad.
I've heard about it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't look interesting to me.
I actually own them. I actually own both of them on Blu-ray. Season 1 and 2.
Krypton?
Yeah, I bought them because I'm a Superman fan, and they were super cheap. They were only like $12.
Oh shit!
Yeah, at the time I bought them.
Hold on a second. I didn't even know this till like later, but like, weren't they trying to like make those like connect to like Man of Steel or some
Not quite
shit?
connected, but David Goyer, he created the series. And
Oh, okay.
he sort of took the
sense.
inspiration from like the opening of Man of Steel.
Okay, because I know David Goyer's one of the writers for Man of Steel.
Yeah,
I think it was him and Nolan that did it.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yeah, Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, yeah.
And so Krypton's like that's David S. Goyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Negan wanted to play Flashpoint Batman, but they're not making that happen. That's not going to happen.
Damn it.
But yes, Superman the animated series. I still have my Superman the animated series DVDs, which they're not the best, but I've watched them. So I definitely need to upgrade to that. And that's actually not too bad right now. It was at $50, but I think you can get it like for $30.
The Superman,
the animated series.
Yeah, I got it for like $50. It was like $70 at like its normal price. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. So they clean it up as good as the Batman.
It looks good. Yeah, I mean both of them look great on Blu-ray.
I know Negan is a bit old, but that's sort of the point of the Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah,
he's Bruce Wayne's dad, so he's supposed to be more older and stuff like that.
No, I mean like it's like when you watched BVS like in the beginning, it's like you knew Zach casted him for that role. Like you knew he was going for the Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah, it's more like the way they cast him.
Yeah,
but I agree, Mr. Plague Doctor. The theme song is so catchy. Batman and Superman, yes, because the Batman anime series had the Michael Keaton theme, which was great. And any good Superman theme, you have to hear the word Superman in the theme, and that's what Bruce Timm has actually said. So when they made the theme for Superman, they made sure you hear the word Superman in the theme, because you can hear it in the Christopher Reeve version, and you can even hear it in the Lois and Clark version. But you can't hear it in the Man of Steel version now.
I don't give a shit. I like Hans Zimmer's score. That's one of his best. I don't give a shit when anyone says. I love that score. It's fantastic.
Look, we have a wild Tom.
Hey, there you are. No, but okay.
What was that the theme of?
Batman, right?
Dune.
No, Superman.
Oh, I thought it was.
I was obviously joking.
Oh, that's the real Superman, I should say. Well, it's a song anyway.
Are you on your computer or your phone?
Am I coming through all funky or what?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, no, your mic quality.
How's that?
Different.
It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be any different. How's that?
It's still different.
You sound fine. You sound fine.
You sure?
I mean, you're fine.
You can be heard.
It's not your normal audio.
No, well then something's wrong. So.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be back. He's got to get it fixed.
I started laughing when Tom went the whole bum thing, but like I have to say this every time. Okay, it starts off with the bum, but then it starts to like pick up right after that. That I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get you. I don't think it's the best music for that. I like Man of Steel. Like I said, I like Man of Steel, but that music is not the best.
That better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes, yeah, I was coming through my stupid cam mic thing. I don't even have those. It's so stupid.
I don't know if Greg will agree with me on this, but I think Batman the Animated Series is a way better intro than Superman the Animated Series.
It's because they just stole Danny Elfman's theme.
Yeah.
No, that's not. It's not the theme. It's
the opening with the way it's animated.
Yeah, the way it's animated. Batman kicking ass, like riding the Batmobile at first. But the Superman intro is literally just clips from the show. Like that's all it is.
I would say I'd give you that one. The opening to Batman the Animated Series is better than the opening to Superman the Animated Series.
The Batman Animated Series intro is iconic. Like it is iconic as fuck. But the Superman intros, it's literally clips from the show. Like, why couldn't they just do something similar to
they
Batman?
Didn't need to. Superman sells himself.
But they should have.
So some of the commentaries from the DVD for the Blu-ray release of Superman the Animated Series is so it's worth. So they didn't put all the commentaries on. Oh, that's
on the Blu-ray?
Good to know. On the Blu-ray, they didn't put all the commentaries on the Blu-ray.
Oh. But they put it on the DVD.
Sucks.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Somebody probably said something they didn't like.
Yeah.
Did they do that for the Batman one? I would think so, right?
I don't know. The Batman set looks a little more comprehensive.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got more disc. It's a bigger set, but
more seasons.
More seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, because Batman, it comes with the new Adventures one or whatever it's called.
Nice. Would you guys have watched Superman Lives if they made it?
Yeah.
I would have watched it. I don't know if I would have liked it, but I would have watched it. I mean, Nicolas Cage is Superman.
Oh, that one.
More of an Earth protector.
Yeah.
I mean, that one would have been interesting, though.
Yes.
Every time you walk in here.
I honestly, I actually would like to see that. Honestly, I was gonna say I didn't know what that was a reference to, but then I was like, oh, the Nicolas Cage one.
Oh, hold your horses! I'm getting confirmation that Nicolas Cage has been approached by Marvel for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to play Superman. So,
okay.
Wouldn't
it be Ghost Rider? A Ghost Rider would make more sense.
That was a joke, Runner.
I know, but like, to not be joking, Ben Affleck is rumored to play Daredevil in Multiverse of Madness, which that would be pretty cool because I do like Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
That John Snepp documentary about the making of Superman Lives, that is a great documentary. If you have not seen it,
no,
that is really good.
I need to watch it.
You should watch that. That's a really great documentary about the making of it, how it was coming together, and how it fell apart and everything. It's great.
And that was a Tim Burton thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So was it gonna be like in the same like continuity as the Michael Keaton Batman ones?
I think there was rumors they were going to sort of cross them over at one point.
Okay. I didn't know.
But it's not like, I don't think, was it mentioned in that, Tom? That were they going to have nods to that Gotham?
In one of the scripts, I think Michael Keaton was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. But yeah, watch that documentary. It's really.
I did hear about that actually. Yeah, he was gonna like he's gonna have a cameo as like Bruce Wayne or some shit.
Yeah, he speaks at Superman's funeral or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
They actually did the Spider Ideal in Wild Wild West with Will Smith. So,
and they did it in that animated Death of Superman thing.
Yeah, they did it in that one too. Yep. And then Christopher Walken as Brainiac. That would have been interesting. That would have been it. Yeah, that could have been.
I'm so much smarter than all of you.
Oh God. Okay, I don't know.
I got a brain. It's big.
Yeah. Hey. What are you doing? Unplugging me.
I can control everything.
You know what's sad? If Man of Steel 2 happened, we would have gotten Brainiac.
Yeah.
That's what Zack Snyder said. Like they asked him like if you were to do Man of Steel 2, like who would have been the villain? And he said Brainiac. It's like,
I know. But that's a good pick, Runner. I've been meaning to pick up both the Batman and Superman and Batman Beyond animated series.
Yeah, you should.
So I need to get all them.
I still need to pick up Batman Beyond.
I still have all my DVDs of each of Batman Beyond, Batman, and Superman. I have all the DVD sets. So.
Aren't the DVDs not good though?
They were like the best way to watch it at the time. So
yeah, like the Blu-rays look great.
Of course, the Blu-ray looks great. But since you joined us, are you ready to show up off a pick?
Yeah, I got an amazing movie here. I'm sure you guys have heard of.
Okay,
everybody's heard of it. You know, it's an amazing movie. It's from a great director called Ivan Reitman.
Ooh.
Oh,
so I heard you guys perk up there.
Yes,
but I'm sure you've never heard of it. But speaking of Superman, Terrence Stamp is in this movie.
Ooh, Zod.
Yeah, I doubt you guys have watched this. It's a Kino Lorber release, Legal Eagles.
Okay, no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's one of the lesser known Ivan Reitman films. It's not horrible, but like most of these courtroom dramedies, the ending is so convoluted and always requires somebody to just go, "Yeah, I did it," or "No," like it's just like
it was me.
Yeah, or they have some strange little twist that's just like, the typical like a character isn't who they say they are thing.
Yeah, I get that. I don't. Who's in that?
It has Robert Redford, Deborah Winger, and Daryl Hannah, along with Terrence Stamp and let's see here.
I may have caught a glimpse of that.
Brian Dennehy was the other one I was trying to think of. Oh yeah, it's 86. It's like 2 years after Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I might have caught a glimpse.
It wasn't
of
a
that.
small movie. It actually did pretty well for him, I think.
Nice, and a nice little Kino Lorber pickup. Is that one of the ones you got from the big sale they had?
Actually, this one is this a newer one or is this? I can't remember. I think this is an older one.
Oh
yeah, it's 2020. So yeah, it might have been one of the two. I can't remember which.
But I can't believe I've never seen that one all the way. Well, like I said, I think I may have seen a glimpse of it because I remember something with Daryl Hannah. That's what I remember, but I don't think I've seen the movie. I haven't got a chance
to watch much this week. The basic story is pretty simple. Robert Redford's actually a hotshot DA. Or assistant DA. He's on his way to becoming the DA. Deborah Winger is a bleeding heart, like a lawyer. And the story is actually, it's not too bad of a story, but it's just like the twist at the end is kind of where it just goes, it kind of reminded me of that James Woods one I talked about a while back.
Oh, yeah.
So like basically though, like, normally he'd be the one prosecuting somebody who does something, but it starts out with in like the late 1960s, and there's a big fire, and Daryl Hannah, when she grows up, plays the daughter of this semi-famous artist, and he was killed in the fire and all this business, and then basically his paintings start turning up. So clearly there was some sort of conspiracy to kill him, and because all these paintings, they were claimed by insurance and all this stuff, and one of the paintings was specifically to her, and of course now these paintings are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
Right.
So like it's this kind of convoluted thing, and Deborah Winger's her lawyer, her defense lawyer, and like it just kind of starts off with Deborah trying to talk to the DA about her client's case kind of thing, and then of course just all they just kind of weave their stories together, and it's interesting. It's got some funny moments. I mean, of course you could expect from Ivan Reitman. It's not his typical comedy, but it is a very lighthearted kind of movie for the most part. I mean, it has its moments. Brian Dennehy's great in it. Terrence Stamp's good in it. Great cast.
Yeah, sounds like a good cast. It sounds interesting. I would watch it. I would watch it. I would watch it. It's 80s movies. It's a Ivan Reitman. I totally would watch that.
Again, yeah, don't expect like Twins or Ghostbusters
or something like that. Yeah. That's cool.
It feels kind of like a pilot for a TV show or something almost. I mean, not like in the quality wise, but like just the kind of character they're setting up with this kind of thing.
Yeah, like the way they set it up.
Like you could see this every week. He's the hotshot DA with a heart of gold.
The heart of
and the eyes of a sexy beast.
Is he going to win this time?
Is he going to win the case or her heart? Find out.
Mr. Plague Doctor says it sounds fun. It does. It actually does sound fun. I would watch that.
There's the whole. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Runner.
No. You go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, of course, this is in the height of Daryl Hannah. Like, this is right after Splash. So she is like, at her hottest moment here, like kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah, I think it does sound fair.
Runner.
I was gonna say, speaking of Ivan Reitman, have you seen the movie Draft Day?
Mm-mm. No, it doesn't even ring a bell.
Oh, okay. So I watched it. I watched it in my fuck. What was that class I took?
Was that one he did before Stripes or something?
That was Kevin Costner.
No, yeah, it's Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
This is the last movie he's ever directed, and it came out in 2014.
Oh no, I didn't know that. No,
Yeah,
I didn't even hear about it.
It's really good. I didn't even know it was Ivan Reitman until like I finished the movie. I was like, holy shit.
Huh.
But no, it's one I feel like.
What was it called again?
Draft Day.
Draft Day.
It starts.
Is it a football one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember it.
Jerry O'Connell's in it, and
advertising.
Chadwick Boseman. Jennifer
Oh yeah,
Gardner.
okay. I didn't know he directed that. Okay, yeah, vaguely remember the advertising now that you said. Yeah, okay.
Terry Crews is in it.
Look at Runner here talking about an Ivan Reitman movie that we didn't know was an Ivan Reitman movie.
I'm just sorry, I didn't have something better.
No, I watched it.
Oh, sorry, man. I like that. That's what you show's right up my alley. So
I watched it in my sports management class.
Interesting.
It was good.
I watched a couple episodes of Andy Griffith off the Blu-ray, but I kind of want to wait till I've watched at least most of them before I talk about it.
I get that. I would like to hear about that because I've been thinking about buying that. I love the Andy Griffith show. I really do.
An early like they have the cool part is, I mean, there's not a shit ton of special features or anything, but like what they do is they're the full uncut episodes, so they run like 20 some minutes. Almost a half hour themselves, and then they also they have the integrated ads, from back in the day. I know runners not have any idea what we're talking about, but like back in the 50s and 60s, Runner, they used to say this show is brought to you by, they do that now, but they actually like did a little segment with the stars of the show and stuff usually, and it would like literally work in with the show. Like, so every intro and exit of the show is completely different than what you're used to seeing in the syndicated version of these.
Oh, that's cool.
So like it'll intro with an ad and it'll exit with an ad. So like, for instance, the last episode that I watched, I can't remember the guy's name, but there was some kid in town who was doing the rockabilly thing and he got famous. So then it goes to commercial break and it comes back and it picks up like the show is like nothing changed, right? Like it's just the next morning on the show. And Andy's talking about the character, and then all of a sudden he starts talking about the coffee, and it just turns into a coffee commercial.
I remember those.
So like they have all these tacked back onto the shows. Some of them are in HD, some of them are not. But like again, it's just really cool to have these little pieces of history like that's there, cool. Because you got Andy Griffith selling Sanka coffee and shit like that.
See, I wish somebody did that with the Adventures of Superman commercial.
Yes, they have
George
those. Yeah, they have those.
They have them on the DVD, but they're not integrated into the episodes.
Yeah, I know that sucks. These are actually you can watch them integrated in, or you can watch them without. So
that's cool. I like that. I'd totally watch that.
So like the entire credits are different too because they have like the ad going through the credits and stuff. So it's not the typical ones we're used to seeing on syndicated television.
Oh, that's cool. The Andy Griffith Show surprised that Ron Howard was the main character. Yeah, it was his son, little Opie Cunningham.
Can't believe Opie Cunningham's got kids. Hell, I can't even picture Opie Cunningham having sex.
That's good.
I'm not Opie Cunningham. I'm Ron Howard, the director.
His brother. I love his brother, man.
Oh, yeah.
Clint Howard is freaking awesome. Yeah, he's freaking
I'm sure
awesome.
You've heard my story of hanging out with him, yeah.
Oh, no, I have not heard
you. No, you didn't? Oh,
no, wow, I've never. You've hung out with Clint Howard?
Fuck yes.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Clint Howard is the shit.
Okay, this is actually kind of a funny story.
Yes, I got to hear this now.
You know Jesse Miller, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Crow's Nest.
Yes, yeah. So we were hanging out in Vegas 2 years ago at the Star Trek convention, and I missed my picture with Clint Howard because I didn't know how these things worked at first. I didn't realize they were like a cattle call, and you literally have to get there and get the fuck in and get out. Right? I say, like, there's tons of people. I'll be 15 minutes late, no big deal. I get down there and 15 minutes late, he's already done. So I'm like, shit. Oh, man. So I talked to the coordinator lady, and she's like, well, you can get a refund and all that business. I'm like, well, I don't really want. I'd rather just get the picture. I'm like, is he still around or? is there anything I can do, or what can we do here? And she's like, let me talk to his people or whatever, and let me see what I can come up with. So 15, 20 minutes later, she comes back, not even. And she's like, oh, yeah. By the way, tomorrow at 1 o'clock or whatever, or today at 1 o'clock, be there or whatever. And we'll move. We got this person, and then in between, we'll bring you in and we'll do that business. Ron said not Ron, Jesus Christ. Clint said he'll be here. I'm like, all right, no problem. So went down there and just started chit-chatting with him at first, and thanking him for all this business. And we just took the pictures and ended up just talking with him for about 15, 20 minutes. And he's like, yeah, tomorrow when you get the picture or later on, come on over. I'll sign it for you. I won't even charge you for it. All right, cool. Awesome. So the next day, get the picture and go over there and have him sign it, and bought a few more. And Jesse and I are just sitting there chit-chatting with him for, 15, 20 minutes, hour almost. Like in between, like people would come up and we'd just step aside, and then they'd get their, they talk with Clinton and they'd move on. And then we just keep talking more with Clinton. He'd tell a story. He's telling stories about Gentle Ben and all this business. And he's like, oh yeah, I didn't give a shit back then. Safety. They give me that chain, and that bear dragged me all over the set. And you're like, the only time they seem to give a shit is when the cats were on set. Then they had the guys with the guns, because I was a snack to them. Yeah. So then finally, after a little bit of talking to him, and he's like, Jesse looks at me, I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, what? He goes, hey, you want to go get something to eat? You want to get something to eat, like some up at one of the restaurants here? We'll buy a lunch. He goes, well, I gotta eat sometime. And so yeah, so like we come back a little bit later. He's like, yeah, I'm here till like 11 or whatever, and blah blah blah. So we went and took him up to the Whiskey A Go-Go, hung out with him for a while. Even Vic Mañana walked over and talked to us while we were eating with him. And then so then like in the middle of dinner, Jesse gives me looks. He goes, you want me to ask? I said, what? He goes over to him, and I didn't hear at the time what he said in his ear, but I figured it out right away afterwards. Basically leaned over. He goes, you want to go get high? Clint goes, oh, fuck yeah, I got a card.
It's fucking awesome.
So we spent almost 4 hours in the hotel room getting high with Clint Howard.
Dude,
he was just telling us stories from everything. That's how in hindsight now that everybody pretty much knows, that's where I got a lot of my solo information from that time. But like some of the stories he told us, but he's basically the one who confirmed they shot for 88 days. Yeah.
Nice.
But prior to him and his brother coming in. But no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And pretty much the party ended when all of a sudden we got a knock at the door. I thought it was Gary of Nerdrotic coming up, because I told Gary, I'm like, get your ass up here. I'm getting high with fucking Clint Howard. We're all hanging out here, and a bunch of us there. And so I go to the door to answer it, and it's a fucking concierge guy. I'm like, oh shit, because the fucking whole room smells like pot. Like it's technically it's legal in Nevada. Right. It's not legal within, like, you're not supposed to smoke it within like the hotel rooms, and so there's like supposed to smoke it out, in certain designated areas and whatnot in your private home. So anyway, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I'm like, clean it up, getting everybody to clean up the pipes and everything. And everybody's just kind of sitting there acting good. Well, the guy comes in, he's just chit-chatting about stuff and chit-chatting with us and chit-chatting with Clinton. We're all just talking. He was there for like 20 minutes talking about the building and what they're doing and all this business. We all just kind of started looking at each other funny. We're just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and then he just finally leaves, and we're just like, what the hell? And everybody in Clinton's like, well, that was fucking weird. And it just dawned on me, like in the middle, I'm like, oh God, you know what it is? And they're like, what? It's not the pot or what? I'm like, no, it had nothing to do with the pot. I was like, they were probably watching on the security cameras and watched Clint Howard walk into a hotel room with 4 or 5 people 3 hours ago, and they wanted to work trying to make sure he was okay.
Yeah,
that probably.
That's Clint Howard. We gotta make sure these guys aren't doing that.
That's kind of what it felt like to me, more so than anything. And then somebody else told me it might have been just a security thing. I'm like, I don't know. It was just kind of weird that it happened at the moment I was there all week long, and the day, the hour, the moment Clint Howard is there, they show up.
That's crazy.
But like, yeah, because somebody's like, well, it was like 2 years after they had that shooting where that guy held up in the hotel room or whatever. So somebody who lives there mentioned, oh, maybe they were just doing a check for that kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, it's just too convenient, though. It just happened to be when Clint Howard was there.
That's so cool.
They never bothered me after that, never bothered me before that. And it was just like, it just dawned on me. Like, that's why they did it, probably, because they saw Clint Howard walk into a room with a bunch of guys and shit, and just like making sure motherfucker's still alive.
Gotta make sure he's all right. That's badass, man. You got the
No,
like
awesome.
Plague Doctor said here that 15 minutes late was a blessing in disguise. So
Oh, absolutely, yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because if it had been like Shatner or somebody like that, I'd have never got it. They'd have just given me my refund or told me to come, because like Clint was there for like only a couple of set amount of days, but like he wasn't like one of the scheduled people or whatever. So yeah, it was just one of those things.
Brian Bart says, "Does Clint Howard age?"
Oh yeah, I mean he's definitely getting up there. I mean we had to kind of wait around for him because he's got a bad leg and stuff like that. I mean he wanted to take all his stuff up to the room and everything first. Here's a picture of him at the table.
That's awesome. You lucky bastard, man. Clint Howard
is
at
lunch. Cool. That's Jesse's hands right there. That's us eating at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
He just looks like an old pothead guy.
Yeah, he was. He didn't really smoke all that much, believe it or not, but it was good weed too. So
yeah. He had a card.
And then here's the actual picture we got taken, Rob and I, with him.
Nice.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yep. And he wrote, "Keep it edgy."
Nice.
Like, what's the name of your show? Midnight Edge. I don't want to see what I can work with that, he said. Then I got one of him when he's younger, from the show when he's the kid.
Oh yeah,
some Tranya on it.
Yeah,
he signed it. And then the thing is, my dad, like, he's the reason. My dad's the reason I know who Clint Howard is, because this is what gets me around the whole back to the Andy Griffith thing. Because growing up, my dad would be like, "You see that kid there?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That little kid's Opie's little brother." I'm like, and it just didn't compute with me at first, right?
Right.
Like, wait a minute, Opie don't have a little brother. He's like, no, in real life. He goes, that kid's name is Ron Howard. And that little kid there is Clint Howard, his little brother. And he goes, and you see him in movies all the time now. And then, of course, every time he'd see him in a movie, he'd point him out to me. So, like, he was one of my early, like, I know that as an actor. I know his name and I know who he is because of my dad. So it just so happened, like, on the table, like the one in the picture I just showed you, I keyed in right away. He had a picture from the Andy Griffith show of him, Andy, and Opie sitting at the table. And I said, I got to get that for my dad. So I signed it to my dad for him. And yeah, it was really cool. It was like, that was the one that was like, yeah, I was like, oh man, just the odds of him having that there, considering like all the Star Trek shit he had and stuff, it was just oddball to sit there and see, because he didn't have a Gentle Ben picture. He didn't have a lot of his other older stuff. Just happened to be Andy Griffith's one, the perfect fucking picture. You know, it was like, I think
about happenstance.
I know it was like this. I believe it was that specific episode too, that when my dad had told me that as a kid, right? Like, so it just was like, it was just like fate, you know, and like, and the odds of like, who knows who Clint Howard is, right? Like, I mean, yeah, people know who he is, but I mean, he's just always that guy. Most people are like, oh, that's Ron Howard's brother when you finally point it out, right? It's like, they're like, oh yeah, he is in all his movies, isn't he? It's like, yeah.
I didn't really know till like The Wraith, like Clint Howard and Ron Howard were brothers. I was like, you told me that goofy looking guy is Ron Howard's brother, and I was like, then you see him and you're like, oh, this dude's freaking awesome.
What's weird is he's the younger brother, right? Like,
right, he is. He's the younger brother. That's cool. That's an awesome story, man. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, he was a little kid. Always was running around in the cowboy outfit and with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the show.
Yep, I remember that. That's cool. Nice. Now, what I'm going to show isn't going to be able to top that.
Well, we were just talking now. Like, yeah, I went from Ivan
Viking.
I don't know how I got from Ivan Reitman to Clint Howard, but yeah.
Hey, I mean, it's where the conversation takes us. Okay, I guess I'll show my pick here. I don't think it'll top it, but I got The Lost Boys, all three movies set here. I only really bought it for the first one.
I hope you didn't just buy that.
No, I've had this for a while.
I was going to say, yeah, because you did hear that it's supposed to be coming.
Yeah, it says coming to 4K. I bought this like
I was going to say, that's coming on 4K, right?
Yeah, and my internet went crappy, so that probably was all blurry.
All right.
But yeah, I got that. I mainly bought it because... Go ahead.
I was gonna say I still haven't seen The Lost Boys, and the only reason I haven't is because like I've been talking to Angela Straven into doing a watch party for it sometime. We just haven't worked it out.
Yeah.
And kind of do like my first reaction kind of thing to the movie.
I bought this for like you're gonna enjoy it. You'll like it. I bought this like I don't know 5 years ago. It was $10. mainly because I wanted The Lost Boys on Blu-ray. The Lost Boys is a Tribe is an unnecessary sequel, but it's not a bad movie. Lost Boys The Thirst is just a pure shit movie. That movie.
Yeah, it's kind of got the Tremors problem, right? Like the second one is meh, because at least you got a couple of the original character back, sort of, and then that third one though is just like, what the fuck is this?
What exactly were they trying with that movie? It doesn't even like blend with the first two either. No. But yeah, I got that because and the good thing is that the Lost Boys, the Blu-ray disc is the full like with all the special features and everything. So that was good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the 4K to finally have it on a good quality.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that one should be all right.
Yeah. You know when it's coming out exactly, like the date?
They've been real sporadic with giving dates because I think they're all backed up right now. They've been just saying like fall or spring or whatever, you know what I mean? Okay. I think that one was supposed to be one of those spring ones, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure on that. They might hold that one off till later, though, for October. Who knows?
You never know. I would say by October you watch and see.
Speaking of, who's going to see Scream tomorrow? I didn't even realize that shit was opening until some people have seen it already. I guess it opened early in a couple places.
I forgot it was coming out until I saw Yellow Flash's video.
Is it going to be on just theaters?
I think it's just theaters. Yeah, because it's Paramount.
Theaters.
I don't know if I'll get to see it this weekend, but if I get to, I'll let you know.
I've only seen the first 2 movies, and that's it. I haven't seen the third or fourth.
Something tells me you probably won't need to know the full extent of the second and third and fourth one for this one. Looks like mostly they're covering like the first movie, but I'm sure there'll be nods to all the sequels.
Because this is the 5th one.
It's a soft reboot. So yes, it's the 5th one, but they only calling it Scream.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it when they do that.
I know.
Ugh.
It's pretty much what they're setting it up to do. You know that, but we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I'm going to drive to go see it tomorrow night. If they get it in my little local theater here this weekend, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I do want to see it, but I don't know if I'd go to the theater.
That's the kind, because here's the thing, like my sister works at an AMC.
Yeah.
And she gave me like a $50 gift card for AMC for Christmas.
Well, I was
gonna say, but I'm only gonna spend that shit on a movie I'm like really looking forward to, like the Batman, which I know you guys aren't looking forward to. I am. Like that's what I'd spend it on. I'd rather go to like a matinee to see Scream.
Well, and that's the thing is I was like completely turned off by the idea, except for that trailer kind of won me over.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I just forgot it was
because the only 2 movies this year I could think of on the top of my head that I'm like looking forward to are the Batman and Top Gun Maverick. Those are like the only 2 I could think of.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised Paramount didn't delay this again, but
yeah, I'm surprised too, especially with everything. Got to push it all back.
They've been delaying that movie like a mofo.
Well, this time it got delayed because they had to fill the spot that Mission Impossible was going to be in.
Right.
Okay.
That was the last move. Mainly.
Yeah, because they've delayed it so many times where I totally forgot about that movie as a whole. And it's like, oh shit, Top Gun.
Yeah, but like with Scream, yeah, I don't know. I do want to see it because, like Tom said, that trailer it got me. That first one, I haven't watched any other trailers since then, but that first trailer got me.
One I didn't see yet. Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna watch that Uncharted movie probably in my matinee only because I kind of want to get my take out there just from like a fan standpoint. But that movie I'm not really looking forward to. It doesn't look that good.
But yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Plague Doctor, if you're talking about Scream, I just noticed that it's getting really good reviews, surprisingly.
Yes, that's what I've heard too. It's getting so that kind of sometimes that worries me and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like the Last Jedi got lots of rave reviews, and it's just like
because here's the thing. What is it? I watched Yellow Flash's video on the Scream thing and the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing, and he was eyeing up on one review where it says like they comment on toxic fandom or something.
That's what I was afraid of, was this movie, because I had heard some little mumble, but I didn't take it all that seriously. Like basically like hinting that the movie should be called Re.
Oh God!
So hopefully that's not the case. Yeah,
because
like woke Scream, basically. Yeah.
How can I mean? Look, we've had female killers in the Scream universe before, right? I mean,
not once, but twice now. Yeah,
twice. So it's not like they're treading new ground here.
In the second one, because I've seen the second one.
Which, speaking of characters who are not who they say they are, that shit pissed me off. But
yeah, I remember.
Because I actually like the second. Yeah, we were just talking about that one day. Yeah, because first of all, they kill the audience by killing Randy. That was like a kick in the nuts. And then the ending, like, okay, yeah, we all kind of figured it was Mickey, and then all of a sudden, surprise! I'm, Stu's mom, or not Stu's mom, but Billy's mom, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like this is some Scooby-Doo bullshit here. Like that bothered me. Like that's kind of like gets me back to the Legal Eagle things. It was like that movie had one of those moments. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no.
Yeah. But I give them props for that second one. They had balls.
Well, and Scream 2 makes less sense because fucking Gail Weathers should have recognized her, fat or not. Period.
Yeah, you'd think she would have. She was like, I've seen pictures of her mom.
And that was the stupid part of the scripts part, is they should have never had those two cross over so much. Well, they should have been, they at least should have had a thing where they only met like once or whatever, and should have been like, God, she seems familiar or looks familiar. Something.
Yeah.
To just kind of like hint at it. Because like, yeah, they give you nothing. And I'm like, that is the cheapest bullshit ever. It is probably a jab at Friday the 13th, Brian, but it was done in such a piss poor way. They didn't set it up at all, right? Like, I mean, at least with Friday the 13th, you have zero expectations. You have no idea what you're
doing. Yeah, exactly. Because that's the only, I've only seen the first one, and yeah, that was very unexpected.
And I mean, it doesn't feel cheap there either, and it makes sense within the story. Like here, you're like, no, how does that even fucking work? Like,
I mean, at least Mickey, he was cool.
Yeah, the Mickey thing made sense, but it's like, how do all these people who supposedly know this individual, like, and then finally at the very end, Sidney Caesar knows her right away. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You've been hanging around, like, you can't tell me that like Randy didn't recognize her at some point in passing.
You would think so, Randy.
Somebody, anybody, come on.
That's true. Brian, they can't make a Friday the 13th film because of the whole legal things with everything.
Yeah, well, they could,
but it wouldn't quite be adult Jason.
Well, I have a feeling they'll work something out, because the whole reason this thing kind of came to an end is just because Cunningham, quote unquote, supposedly gave up.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it is so much that he gave up as it is they just kind of working something out. I think because again,
that's what I'm hoping.
It makes no sense to not work together. That's mutually beneficial. If they keep fighting each other, all it's going to do is cost them money. And I'm sure that's part of the reason why, Cunningham's just like, screw this. I'm not spending more money on this, because he hasn't made a Friday the 13th movie in how many years? I mean, he's old. He's in his 80s, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not, anyway.
He's got to work something out. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see about that. But yes,
I'm surprised Victor Miller won the case. I'll be 100% honest.
Me too. Honestly, me
surprised. It opens up some really interesting doors to people who have, under the guise of almost working for hire, could possibly come back again, because that's what opens up a little bit of a can of worms there, I think.
Yeah, for some scripts.
Because granted, he came up with all these characters and he wrote it, but I mean,
Sean Cunningham paid him to do it.
Exactly. And he told him that this is what I want. I want a Halloween type movie called Friday the 13th. And I mean, maybe the part that killed that whole thing is when Sean said, I don't give a shit what you do. maybe if Sean wouldn't have said that or something along those lines, you know what I mean? Like giving him some kind of creative control in the process thereof must have been the clincher for this. That's all I can think of, because in all my years of seeing work for hire shit, I mean, even Siegel and Schuster had to fight for how long to get fucking any kind of recognition for Superman, for fuck's sake. I mean, yeah. So anyway,
it's crazy, but yeah. Tom, we need to do that stream on Scream one day. We need to figure out a good day when we're both free to
maybe
talk
if we
all
get
the
to go
movies.
see it this weekend or next week, maybe we can do it like on all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk all.
Maybe I can see if I can watch all of them at some point and I can join.
It's been a while since I've watched 2, 3, and 4. Yeah.
Maybe I know we did this on Wednesday. Maybe next Wednesday we'll just do a Scream stream.
Yeah, but I can try and watch the new one by then, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'll try to rewatch the first one, but on like my 4K since I bought the 4K.
I mean, not that I don't want to do another physical media show, but I would like to talk to Scream movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure 2 and 3 are streaming somewhere.
Yeah, I think Netflix has the first 3.
I watched
or 4. I think Netflix has all 4, the first 4 movies.
I watched how do I say this? I watched the second one free on YouTube. Like it was free with ads.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I saw the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they got the ones with the free with ad ones, yeah.
But 3 and 4 were not free. Neither was the first.
I cannot believe that they hadn't. I mean, I could see them not doing Scream 3 in 4K, but I still don't understand why they didn't do Scream 2. I still think Scream 2 made more money than the first one, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
And
regardless, I remember when that came out, it was just like crazy.
I remember too, man.
Packed.
I saw the second one and the third one in theaters. I didn't see the first one in theaters, but yeah, when I remember going to that second one, it was insane.
The first
in that
one
theater.
was funny because it was like I remember it vividly, because the first one was like it just took a little time for it to kind of catch on. Like everybody kind of knew, like it just kind of came out and it was like whatever. Because I think we didn't even see it till like January, and then like all of a sudden around January, February, it was like everybody's like it was the little movie that could, like everybody just rediscovered it because it came out in December and didn't do nothing. I think it flopped its opening weekend, and it just kind of just stuck around for a while. Next thing you know, it crosses 100 million. Next thing you know, it's the highest grossing horror film of all time and all that business. And if I remember right, like the second film did almost as much business as the first movie in like the first weekend or the first 2 weekends. Yeah. It was insane because like the big difference was like, yeah, it was a scattered audience in the first one, but like that second one, it was like butt to butt. Like like my buddies and I, we had like 6 of us and like we all had to get spread out. Like there was a couple of us in one row and a couple in the other, and like 2 guys off to the side. Like it was nuts. And then like for the third film, there was literally only like me, my buddy, and like 2 other people in the theater for the third one. Like we saw it opening day. Like, nobody gave a shit at that
That's
point.
what I remember. I do remember the second one being really crowded, and the third one was not very crowded at all.
Yeah, they waited too long. 2 years too long.
Yeah, that's a great line. Harmonica style. Harmonica style is okay though, right? From Scream 2.
Yeah, the blowjob thing.
Yeah. Runner, what do you got for us? I think this is your final pick, Runner.
All right. Yeah, correct. This is my final pick. I just watched these movies recently, and I really enjoyed the hell out of them. I know Tom's seen them. Tom might know what I'm talking about. Andre hates these movies for some reason. The Planet of the Apes trilogy.
No, yeah,
I love them.
I like them.
Yeah, they're good. They're
I actually went and saw the third one early, like by 2 days. They had like this special screening where you got to watch all 3 of them.
Cool.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, War.
Yeah.
I still think the second one's my favorite of the 3, but I like.
I agree 100%. Don is the best.
What you got, Tom?
I kind of like the third one.
No, the third one's good too. That's my.
I like the third one because it's like it gives you Nova, and it's like with Woody Harrelson, he plays it really well in that. So I mean, second and third ones are probably the best of the 3.
I like the second one, but
the ones Matt Reeves directed were the best.
Well, which is weird because, like,
the first one's good, but like the CGI is not good in that. with the apes and shit, like the CGI, like you can tell. But in the last two, it's like CGI vastly improved.
Well, at the time the first one came out, there was a few shots that were really impressive.
Yeah, like with the eyes and stuff.
The second one was decent, but it was really that third one where I was like, I know this is CGI, but it looks so convincing. And I think it was just because they were so subtle with it, they didn't go over the top with it. They treated the characters with more respect than just being a special effect. And again, I want to believe that that's what Matt Reeves is going to bring to the table to the Batman. I just don't know, because he didn't start this franchise, and
no, he didn't. That's true.
Granted, he made the better films. I mean, at least the franchise, in my opinion, got better with each movie, and that's just because, as like a fan, like this is not exactly, but close to something I would have done with this, because like you've got the 5 original films that are all over the fucking place. But, I mean, it's not so much that they're not. They don't have so much a convoluted continuity as it is just they're all over the place, really. I mean, literally. So, like, what were you gonna say? Sorry,
no, I was gonna say like in terms of like all of the Ape movies that have come out, like I've only seen like the very first one, but that was like almost a decade ago since I've seen that.
I've seen all the original. I own all the original. I'm still missing the third one of the new trilogy, but that's not because I don't like it. It's because I've watched it a bunch of times on when it first came out on like digital.
Yeah, because these 3 movies are basically loose remakes of 4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5, which they do a lot better on this third one. Because the 5th one in the original series, it was notoriously taken over by other people, and it didn't end it the way they wanted it to be ended. So they did a lot better of like fixing that for the third movie in this one.
I think the original version's now on Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the original of the 5th one?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
I think that's the version I have anyway, yeah.
That's cool. But I don't know, man. I like the third one, I really do, and I like Steve Zahn's.
The 4th one on. Is the 4th one or 5th one on? I think it's the 4th one we're thinking of the original Apes movies that was taken away from the director. I think they changed the ending.
I think that's the final Apes movie that they changed.
I'm pretty sure it was the 4th one because
it's got like the ape statue and like humans and apes are together, and like
it could be right, but I think they also did it in the 4th one because the original 4th ending was like setting up the war, and it like was a very like kind of charged ending, and then you can tell they literally tack on like a couple of lines at the end. And it's like re-recorded, and they're just reusing footage.
Yeah,
because he's like, it was bad. Its time is now for the apes to rise and take over the planet, but not today. And then it switches to but not today. Today we will be peaceful. Today it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Where's the fucking war I was promised?
Yeah, it's like, so wait a minute here. Like,
maybe it was like the 4th one. I think you're right. It's like the 4th one was taken away, and then the 5th one was done by the people that took away the 4th from the 4th one. I think that's how
the 5th one's kind of more setting up more like. I do like the 5th one, and then they do take a lot of the 5th one in the 3rd film.
Yeah, they do.
Especially like the idea of the working together and the kid dying and all that stuff. Yeah.
The box set also came with this. I don't even know what this is about.
That is probably
the timeline.
I was gonna say a lot of times they like to throw in timelines.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the timeline. Like it tells you, like in the left, it's like it says rise, and then in the middle it's dawn, and then in the right it says war.
But I liked him. I don't know, man. But I like Steve Zahn's little ape in the 3rd movie. That guy, he cracks me up.
Brian, we don't talk about that Apes movie.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I was going to say, what do you guys think about the Mark Wahlberg, Tim Burton?
The less said, the better. Okay, the effects are great.
Mm-hmm.
Great cast.
Paul Giamatti as that ape, the orangutan.
The movie wouldn't have been so bad had it just ended the way the original movie ended. The convoluted bullshit they had was just some mind fuckery that I don't even think Tim Burton himself understood.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like Okay, I get that you want to try to like have a twist ending, like because of the first one and everything, but my God, what Abraham Lincoln? I mean, come on.
What? Oh,
Yeah, I mean, because basically up to that point, the
That
movie is
sounds
kind of a
stupid.
mix between the original movie and the series, the TV series that came out.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden at the very end, you normally would have that twist where Marky Mark would learn, oh, it's been Earth all this time.
Yeah,
He goes back in time and it winds up being the Earth of his time, but it's all ran by apes and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
yeah,
Basically what you're set up, and because this is how bad that they fucked up with this movie. In the DVD case, like that's what reminded me of that, is that thing you pulled out, Runner. There's actually this very convoluted, long fucking timeline thing that explains how this all works. And it is so fucking stupid. But basically, like, yeah, like the one monkey that they let go and the one thing or whatever ends up going back and starting the planet is what it's all about. But it's really just a stupid, convoluted way of basically going about doing it. They had to explain it in the DVD case in the inlay of how exactly the ending worked.
And we all know if you have to explain things after the fact, then you didn't do a good job of explaining your movie in the first place in the movie.
Well, yeah, and it all has something to do with, like, when he sends his little ape buddy or whatever, they show up at different time periods because of even though it's like a matter of seconds to us, it's supposed to be like, dozens, if not hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing is like, yeah, his ape buddy or whatever, that he went back in time before him or whatever. It's like, yeah, so it's this whole kind of like dumb, stupid kind of like thing that, yeah, the ape went back in time before Marky Mark. So then when Marky Mark went back there, yeah, it's the right time period, but the apes had taken over already. It's just dumb.
It's crazy. And it could have been such a decent. I mean, like you said, you had great cast. You had Michael Clark Duncan. You had Paul Giamatti. You had Mark Wahlberg. You had freaking even what's his name returned as an ape. Charlton
Heston, and you even had Tim Roth as the bad guy.
He was good as. Yeah, he was good as Stade.
That's a decent cast.
Yeah, but the movie is just.
And I even like that. That was an interesting thing because he wasn't a gorilla, right? And that's kind of how the hierarchies were set up before.
Right.
In the ape worlds. You had the gorillas were the more militaristic side. The orangutans were the thinkers and the scholars and the politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And the other apes were just the scientists and the teachers and stuff like that.
Right.
You had kind of that kind of a system working, and Tim Roth's version was kind of interesting because he was just a regular ape who was hanging out with the gorillas, and he was a fucking general and all that stuff. That was different about his character.
And he was probably one of the best things in the movie.
No, but overall, what do you think of the recent ape movies with?
I like them.
Caesar. Yeah, they're good.
No, I thought they did great with them. They're kind of like I said, they're kind of like what I would have done, not exactly what I have done, but this is like a great example of how you take an old franchise and reinvigorate it by just not so much picking and choosing, but taking the spirit and the idea of what the original was and just kind of reworking it.
Yeah,
that's what I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of would like to have seen not so much like a remake, but like I've gotten to the point where Charlton Heston's character kind of comes back to the ape world now.
Well, they do set it up in the background of the first movie.
They set it up with his ship going off and everything. Yep. I kind of would like to have seen. I mean, I think there's a way they could have did that without remaking the first movie, especially in the way they set up this world.
Well, I wouldn't have had a problem if they did like 4 or 5 of these and just led back to the first movie.
Yeah,
right?
that would have been worked very well because like the 5 original movies kind of lead back to the beginning of the original movie. So, they could have that could have been, but Disney owns it now. So,
because I mean, the third movie is a decent film, but how they get to the third movie is so convoluted that it's really tough to buy. And then just like, wait a minute. So, like, you're saying that they started the Planet of the Apes the whole time? Like,
it's right.
And it's stupid because it kind of takes it out of that's the only problem I have with the entire original series. That third film takes the responsibility out of the hands of the people.
It does. It does, but they're just so fun to watch, though.
Because that's supposed to be the whole cautionary tale, right?
Right.
Like, it's our fault, this happened. See, in that version, they kind of make it go back on itself, saying, "Oh no, it was actually the apes from the future that actually just started it themselves."
They come back from the future to our time, and then they're the reason.
That's not how the Force works.
That's true.
Doc Brown just blew a gasket, Like,
exactly. That's not how time travel works.
That's a time paradox, Marty.
But after watching the last two of these movies, I'm definitely looking forward to his Batman coming up.
I'm not so much.
It was until the trailers.
Me too. I was kind of interested.
I'll admit that the last trailer was not the best.
I'll be honest. I was in the theater watching Spider-Man: No Way Home, and they played the Batman trailer. There wasn't really a good reaction from the crowd to the trailer.
I mean,
but that could be just where my neck of the woods where I live.
Which trailer did they show?
The new one.
It don't matter. They don't understand these villains. That's the problem.
Okay, but I'm thinking. The very like the latest one that came out.
Yeah, the new one with the cat and the bat.
Okay, yeah. Well, no shit. Like, if you showed them the second trailer, the one the one was it with the music and shit, like the cool music and shit, like that would have been like that was dope as shit. Like, that's the best one.
Here's the thing I'm going to ask people. Why do Batman villains work so well? At least the ones that do work well. There's a specific reason for it.
They're like the opposite of like Batman, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the reason that is because look at Batman. He's either usually wearing black, blues, dark grays, what have you. He's always dark and brooding, and that's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the Joker? The exact fucking opposite. Yeah. Exactly.
All those villains are like the flip coin. Like even like with Harvey Dent. Like he's literally the coin.
Except for Catwoman, who's kind of shades of Batman herself.
Exactly.
She's an anti-hero.
Yeah, the rest of them are very colorful out there. The exact antithesis of what Batman is. Look at the Riddler. He's extremely colorful. So what do? They make the Riddler just like Batman.
I
know I don't like that design, like a green
coat.
The recent like image they posted on like I think Paul Dano's gonna fucking kill that role, but that outfit's not gonna help him. Like, I'll admit that the outfit as of now, like, not the greatest thing ever, but I think the actor will do a damn good job. He'll probably be the best part of the movie. I'm calling it.
We'll see. I mean, I was kind of excited for it because, like, when it comes to Batman movies, I kind of just go with what they do because, like, you always get like Michael Keaton. He got shit for when he was cast before the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
What's his name was cast when he was cast as Joker. Heath Ledger. He got shit.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was Ben Affleck got shit, and then I was like, well, I'll just so what? It's the guy from Twilight. I'll give it. And then I've seen I know you like the second trailer, but that second trailer turned me off of it.
I don't know.
I'll be honest. I had no interest in watching the third trailer, but they showed it at my theater. So
the third trailer, like, I'm just like, if you didn't like the second trailer for some reason, then...
I love that.
This broke the internet before the internet existed.
Yep, that little article about him being Batman.
What? Yeah. Michael Keaton can't be Batman, Mr. Mom.
He's a comedian.
No, and to this day, I probably would have reacted the same way. I'll be honest with you. This has been like them going like, like fucking Will Ferrell's gonna play Batman, kids.
Exactly.
He's not that funny, but still, you get the gist, right?
Like the whole thing with the Riddler outfits, like, they're obviously going for a Zodiac killer thing, and I watched a clip of Matt Reeves trying to explain it. I understand where he's coming from, and it might work from his explanation. I can't get into depth with it, but like, it might work in the movie. It may not sound great. It may not sound great when someone tells you serial killer, Riddler, whatever, but it's like, I'm gonna watch the movie.
I only trust Nolan with something like that, though.
Yeah, I would too. But let me put it to you like this way. I mean, like, so you take a character like the Riddler, you dull down his green, you give him like a Zodiac serial killer vibe. Yeah, that's scary, intimidating.
That's
but what's
what
more
Nolan
scary?
Should have done with the third Batman film. Sorry,
that's it. But what's more scary, intimidating? You have this guy dressed as a bat who's like very, very serious, and he's going around kicking people's ass. And then you have this guy in this bright green leotard who's just like giving all these riddles, but he's straight up killing people, and he's like happy and good lucky about it. What's more scarier? I think that's something more scarier.
Well, that's what I loved about the Joker. Exactly. Like even Heath Ledger's, even with the dark edge, it's still got the Joker in there, right? Like,
yeah, like he's like still happy about what he's doing and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and he's still wearing purple, and he's still got the makeup, and
like I had a theory that like that's probably not gonna be like his final costume. Like he'll probably have like a different like.
I fucking hope so, because I'll be real. Like, yeah,
I hope so too.
I'm not saying we have to go for the. Is this too much? It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night. I don't need that, but
I've
heard do a respectable animated series style kind of.
Yeah,
suit.
exactly. And because I don't know if this is an underrated opinion, but like I did not like Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
I understand it. A lot of people didn't. I will defend him though, because I'm like, he's just doing Frank Gorshin on crack. It really is. It's just. He just amped it up to 11.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I told you this story, Tom, but it's not a long one. But my grandfather went to college with Frank Gorshin.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, because of that, I'm just like, I want a good Riddler.
Me too, and that's what really disappointed me. I'm like, okay, you look at like it actually makes so much sense that it should have been the Riddler in the third film. Right, and actually, it should have been the Penguin and the Riddler in the third Nolan film.
I agree.
It should have been the Penguin running for mayor, since the whole mayor thing from the second film carries over, and then you have the Riddler, who is like the next step of evolution from the Joker, right? Like, the Joker was chaos. The Riddler is not chaos. He's the opposite of chaos, right? Everything is planned. Everything is meticulous.
Like. It's like, yeah, I agree. Like, and plus, like,
picture Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing the fucking Riddler in that movie or something.
No, that would have been solid.
That would have been good. But
like, dope as fuck, man.
And plus, like, if you've seen like any of like Nolan's other movies, which I assume
exactly, he didn't know how to do it. Robin Williams and Insomnia. That's all he had to do.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, like if you've seen
even Robin Williams you finally could have made it up to him and actually let him be the fucking Riddler.
I'm sure, like if you've seen movies like Memento, Inception, all that stuff, like he can, like Nolan can pull off a really damn good Riddler, but he had to go with Bane of all characters.
Yeah, but
and I like Tom Hardy. He was just not a good Bane.
I like Tom Hardy.
Bane is the bane of Batman's existence, and not in a good way. I am not a fan of Bane.
I actually am a fan of the Bane characters from comics, but he's also basically the Doomsday to Batman.
Exactly. That's my problem. Is the only reason he's special is because he's the guy who broke the bat. Big fucking deal. Like, okay, yeah. Here's my problem: is you have him in Batman and Robin. You have Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger in that movie. Why is he not playing Bane?
Exactly.
He's a wrestler to play Bane.
Freeze.
It's just ridiculous, redonkulous shit. And then Tom Hardy's okay, but you got and you're following that up with fucking
they completely
After the Dark Knight, please.
And they didn't even have to go back and re-record him too, because they couldn't hear him the first time.
I'm surprised they didn't cancel Nolan for whitewashing Bane.
Well, it's just he tried to humanize him a bit more, and that's the thing. Is like, okay, Nolan, I get it. You're going from this grounded, real world thing. The two main characters you should have went with, besides Catwoman, should have been Riddler and Penguin. It was like it almost felt like he was setting it up for the Penguin with the whole mayor business in the second film, and with Two-Face. That's the perfect place for Penguin to insert himself, right? Right. And then you got the, like I said, the extension of the Joker would be Riddler.
I wish they would have. I really wish they would have kept Two-Face, because Aaron Eckhart was so fucking good.
Well, that's where his death didn't really do anything for the third film, right? That's where the Penguin comes in. No, but I mean, literally, it didn't play into the third film at all, hardly. And that's where the Penguin should have come in and been like, this mayor fucked up. Your Batman fucked up. The truth. What's the truth? What really happened to Harvey Dent? Who murdered Harvey Dent? That should have been what the third film's about. And then you got the Riddler out there who's doing his thing. And if he's an investigative, if he's a CSI guy like he is in most versions, that's where you have he knows the truth. He knows that Batman killed Harvey Dent, and he's going to tell everybody. That's what the movie should have been the setup for.
That
like,
sounds
what the
good.
fuck is this movie? I'm sitting here watching this movie. Like, what the fuck is this? This is not the third film of the story you're setting up. What the fuck does this have anything to do with anything you set up before? Like, you have a clear path you were setting up. Right? It's corruption of absolute power. And then you have the Joker who introduces chaos into all that. Right? So what's the third logical step? You have somebody who introduces order. That's the Penguin and the Riddler. So, like, and their order is crime and punishment on the other side of things, right? Like, so that's where Batman comes in. And even though he's the enemy in this situation, because, you paint him as the murderer, that's where he comes back at the end by, doing all his thing. And that's where it's finally... he claims, that's where the Dark Knight should have really rose. He didn't rise from anything but his seat to finally go, yeah, I probably should do something about this.
I need to get out here.
We literally don't see Batman for almost 2 fucking hours.
It's true.
And I'm not even exaggerating. That is literally, because the movie is 2 hours and almost 40 some minutes or whatever. And he does not put the bat suit on until what? Hour and some minutes into the fucking movie?
True,
it's literally like the last part of the movie, and that's it. It's like most of the movie is him going, "Oh ho hum, I don't want to be Batman no more. I hurt,
but my knee,
my
knee, it's a broken.
My back is a broken too."
Like, I mean, I'm still looking forward to the new Batman movie. Like,
sorry for the rant, but
that's okay.
No, if it sucks, I'll admit it sucks. I mean, I'm going to use my...
I'll give you this, Runner. This might just be the third film we should have got to begin with.
Oh,
We'll see how it goes.
No, I think... I kind of agree with you, Tom. Like, because...
You got the Joker. You got the Joker's not there necessarily. You got the Penguin. You got Catwoman. You got the Riddler. This is the third movie I was just talking about. That's what he does.
Didn't someone working on the film tell Nolan, "Hey, we're gonna like," or they didn't tell Nolan, but they were saying like, "Hey, we're gonna go above the Nolan trilogy" or something like that. Like they were saying like they're gonna like go a step further to that.
Something to that effect. Like, this is like, well, that was the whole thing where they're like, "Oh no, this isn't year 1. This is year 2. This is year 2. This is based on year 2.
This is Earth 2. This is Earth 2 is what they said."
Well, not just that. It's based like because Batman Begins.
It's year 2 as well.
Based on the year 1 comics. Like, and they're saying like this is more in vein of year 2 and Long Halloween and shit. Yeah.
Like, I'm getting more year. I got a little bit of year 1 vibes from Catwoman.
That's what everybody's saying. Is this just feels like more of the same?
It does. It really does.
Playing it safe with the Nolan verse, basically. Yeah.
And
I would like to see, like, a question here says, how would Marvel characters Iron Man and Cap go against DC characters Batman and Superman and Joker? Captain America, Superman would probably team up. Iron Man would probably have a hard time with the Joker. I don't know how you'd answer that one.
You mean Batman?
Iron Man and Batman would definitely not, they'd have a pissing contest, but Iron Man against the Joker could be interesting.
Yeah, like Iron Man and
Superman
Batman.
And Cap would get along too well.
Yeah, they would get along too well. That's true.
I mean,
they'd be like best friends.
No, I was gonna say like Bruce and Tony, like they would be the Johnny and Daniel, like from Cobra Kai.
Probably.
No,
they're too much of the same personality almost.
They are, but it's except for they deal with things the exact opposite way. Batman does it by fear. Tony does it just by flash, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Tom for your final pick and my final pick, and we'll close it down.
I did watch one other movie. I got my Kurosawa kick going still.
I put them on my list. I plan on buying them.
I bought Ron, or finally watched
Ron.
Oh, I have that. I haven't seen it.
Is it good?
Fuck, it's.
So it's not as good as
it's good.
Samurai.
It's complicated.
I
don't know how to feel about the ending. It's a very because this is his last film, and it's like the culmination of everything. It's loosely based on a Japanese tale and was it King Lear? And I'm interested to hear what Runner will think of it when he sees it.
Yeah.
But it kicks off. It's got this this old king who's like got 3 sons, and he's deciding to split up his kingdom among the 3 sons. You know, he spent his entire life conquering all this land and killing all these people and all that business. And now he's, in the twilight of his years. And of course, the 2 older sons are, ecstatic, and then the younger one's like, it's not going to work. Yeah. And and the dad's like, well, no, of course it's gonna work. Here, break it, take this arrow, each of you each take an arrow, and he's like, break it. And they each break it, and then the third one just refuses to do it, kind of thing. He's just sitting there doing whatever, and then he's like, here, now take 3 arrows together and try to break them. And the first 2, of course, can't break it, making the father's point that the 3 together are stronger. But the third one takes it and takes a knee to him and goes, see, you can even break 3. And so the dad's all pissed off. He's like, so you're just ungrateful, and he banishes him, and he gives the kingdom to the other two sons. But instead of listening to it, of course, it's a cautionary tale. His third son was right, of course, because as soon as the 2 other sons get power, they get power hungry. And it's just basically I hate telling the story because it's such a good, that's just the setup. And it's just this convoluted kind of like thing of how, giving up your power, and, the third son is like, he's banished, but he was right all the time about the other 2. And then you have
it's like a prodigal son story. Sort
of, but then you also have this, like the demons of his past are constantly haunting him. You got to remember, like, all these kingdoms that he has are kingdoms that he conquered. Right. So like, for instance, like his one son's wife is the daughter of one of the kings that he killed. So she's like trying to set him up and all this. Like, it's got like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, I've never seen Game of Thrones. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Brian.
Brian, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
Spoilers.
He said, "All right, bye."
Just forget he said that.
So it's like a Game of Thrones type thing, and you've never seen it?
I've never seen Game of Thrones, but I mean, I can imagine this is kind of what Game of Thrones is like.
It kind of sounds like a Game of Thrones type plot.
Like, again, I don't want to give too much away because because there's so much that happens in it that it's just like you keep watching and you're just like, wow. Like, I did not stop watching this movie. Like, I watched Seven Samurai both times in sittings. Hidden Fortress I watched in a couple sittings. This one I watched all the way through from beginning to end. And it's like almost 3 hours long.
That's crazy. See, you're making me add another one to my list, because I added Seven Samurai and Hidden Fortress to my list of buying movies.
I bought that Steelbook because it was like $18 or something on sale on Best Buy when it was released. I was like, yeah, I'll get it.
I mean, the cinematography is gorgeous. Like, I mean, just, it's not even so much how good it looks. It's like, I would never even say it's like a reference quality or anything like that. It's just how they used the surrounding hills and mountains and everything in the background. It just looks gorgeous. Just like, it makes you want to visit, right? Like, it just makes it look so beautiful there. Even when it's raining and stormy, like, they did a great job with it. And it's just you follow through it, and it's a impactful story. It very much is. Like,
it sounds
doesn't go the way you would expect.
Yeah, it does sound really good.
It does. That's going on my list too, because I make a list of stuff like when you guys talk about it, everything, because I can't buy it right away like always, but I put it on my list, and it's going to go on there because I put the other ones on there too. So thanks, Tom. Sounds good. Right.
Yeah, and I'd grab this one because, as far as I know, I think it's only available in the Steelbook in the U.S.
Do they still have it on Best Buy?
I think so.
Let me check.
How to get that then?
See, because Lionsgate, the reason, because I heard you guys talk, or somebody was talking about them, or maybe when you guys were talking about them earlier. See, Lionsgate appears to have like a special deal with Best Buy.
Oh,
like 9 times
sold out.
Is it already? Yeah. Okay, bummer. I was gonna say, because 9 times out of 10, it seems like the Lionsgate titles, they tend to have quite a few, and they're like generally Best Buy onlys. Because otherwise this has only been a foreign release until now. This is the first time it's been released here. So
nice.
Let me check on Amazon to see if,
as far as the 4K, I mean, it's been on Blu-ray here before, but like, yeah,
that's cool. I'm gonna hopefully I can track down a copy that's not too expensive.
Son of a bitch,
because once they go out,
it's only for $70.
Yeah, that's the problem. Once they go out,
I got mine on a Black Friday deal. Yeah,
me too.
If you don't get them on the first go around, you ain't getting them.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like, I don't know if the Blu-ray would look much different or not. I mean, if you get stuck with the Blu-ray, because I mean, I wouldn't say like this is reference quality 4K or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, it looks beautiful. It looks great. To me, it's just the cinematography aspect, which can be probably just as appreciated in standard high def as 4K. Like this, I've never seen the other version to be able to compare. So, like, it's just one of those movies where you can tell it just came out in 85. So, I mean, for 85, it looks good. I mean, like,
it's the film grain, man. When they up it.
I don't even know if it came from the original negative or not. I would think it did, because I think they did some big restoration deal of it. So
nice.
And Tom, you said you didn't get the new Dune movie yet on 4K?
No, well, actually, I ordered the 3D and I still haven't got it.
Yeah, the 3D was sold out. I would have gotten that too, but like I told Greg the story. I basically ran to my Best Buy day one, and then I just got the 4K.
Nice. I need to get Halloween Kills.
It looks really good on there, but like one of the other recent 4Ks I like watched on my TV that looked perfect was John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
That looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that was an amazing transfer.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think it'd be that good. Holy shit.
Smooth. I still got to watch mine. I got mine. I still haven't watched it yet, but I definitely need to check that out, because you guys said, you guys talked about that transfer, and I need to see it.
It's a good one, dude.
It looks so much better than a movie should that comes from that era.
Right.
Yeah, it really does. Like, that one might blow your mind, Greg.
It might. I haven't seen The Thing in a little bit, so when I get a chance to sit down and watch it, I'm gonna sit down and watch it good on the big screen out in the living room on the 4K.
I mean, you feel the cold air in that motherfucker.
Oh man, especially it's supposed to snow Sunday, so maybe
that's why it looks so good. Just that filming in the snow and the naturalistic light they had. I don't know what it was, but like, something about it.
If it's got like a lot of daytime scenes, man, it like really.
A lot of it's indoors too.
Yeah, that's true.
I was listening to the commentary between Carpenter and Kurt Russell. Is fucking amazing.
I think that's the one they were drunk when they did it.
Yeah. It's like one of the best commentaries you can listen to.
Those two have some world famous commentaries, yes. Yeah. The Escape from New York one might be the one they're drunk on, if not.
That's good too.
They're drunk as shit on one of them, I know that.
Yeah.
But you can tell they're just old buddies getting together having fun.
That's what I said. That's like, it adds another layer to the Carpenter movies, because when you listen to like even like what They Live in them, it's like you could tell how he gets along with them, and how it's just like two dudes, friends, just sharing this great experience they had making these films. It's fun. I guess I'll show my last pick of the night and we'll close it down. Mine is a 4K. I think Mike has showed this before. It's one of the ones where it's not quite really 4K, but it's Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage.
I haven't seen it yet.
H.P. Lovecraft movie. It's a good movie. I like it. It's hard to do the Color Out of Space H.P. Lovecraft story. It's hard to capture him, but it's a really good. It's a good flick. It's got some good prosthetics. Tommy Chong's in it. He's hilarious. And Nicolas Cage actually does a really good job of, like, when you watch the movie, he starts off as like a normal like father, and he acts normal. He's like just normal. Then as the movie progresses and everybody goes into madness, that's when he starts turning on the Nicolas Cage. But it's a good movie. I like it. It's not bad. It's a pretty good H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. Probably one of the best you'll get. Hmm.
I got to check it out yet. I got it. I just haven't had a chance to
Yeah,
watch
it's pretty good. It gets pretty gnarly. And
Gnarly.
gnarly. But yeah, it's pretty good. And it was actually designed to set up a new H.P. Lovecraft universe. They were supposed to they have like their own little what's his name? Who's Samuel L. Jackson playing in the Marvel universe?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. They have their own like little Nick Fury character who was supposed to go onto like other movies that's like I said in the same universe, but I don't know if they ever got any further. So, but yeah, if you have a chance to see it and you like Lovecraft and Nick Cage, it's a good one. It's a good one. Nick Cage and Lovecraft movie. Yep. And it's so weird because he does really play. Like you're watching, you're going, when's he going to be Nick Cage? Because he's like doing a really good job. He's like really acting, and I buy him as this loving, caring father. Then all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, there's Nick Cage." So it's good. It's good, and it's creepy too. So it's essentially like
there's a tentacle monster in my spaghetti.
It's essentially it's like an alien.
Not making a spaghetti monster.
Like a mutated alien like crashes in like their yard from an asteroid, and it like kind of takes over like the life form of the plants and stuff, kind of goes through them and like has this weird color, and it causes madness and stuff. So, and like weird shit happens. But yeah, that's my fine little final pick there. Cool movie. Yeah, Random Brad, it is. I know that's nothing like the others, but hey, that's just me. So any final words or on anything before we head out?
Yeah, there's nothing I gotta say about that movie you picked. I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie, and like you've never seen any of it, but you have. I gotta be honest, Runner. You've grown up. You've seen a lot of movies I didn't expect you have seen lately.
Yeah, you've indoctrinated me.
Well, I apologize for not having a 4K for you earlier. I just crashed. I was up.
Yeah, we
hours,
were talking about that before the show, like
because there's a ton of shit too to talk about. But
yeah. I was gonna say like because before the show even started, like it was like, was there a 4K for you today in Midnight Sedge? And then Greg was like, no, there's not. I'm like, oh shit, because we were wondering like because Greg didn't get a hold of you and all that stuff, but now you're here, which is great. So I tried doing your job in the beginning.
He did. He tried to releases.
I went to Geek Gab on Twitter.
Oh, good job.
And I basically like went through some of the stuff that was.
So you said that the Beatles Get Back is coming to Blu-ray. You got that one?
I didn't get that one.
How about Shaft on 4K?
No.
Oh yeah, Shaft is
Candyman.
I don't know if I got Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman's coming out from France.
I mentioned from Dusk
Have a good night,
Dawn,
Dragon Master.
That hasn't gotten a release.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yet.
Yeah. What about Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2000?
I'm not sure.
What about?
I missed so much. The Godfather Trilogy, I got that one.
What about RoboCop, the TV series coming on Blu-ray?
Give me the link for that. I need the link
Greg.
for that. I had it and I lost the link. I got to order that yet.
Which one?
The RoboCop one. The series.
I don't know. I gotta find it.
I gotta get the. Well, I mean, if I don't know. If I hear good things about the Godfather transfer, I might get that, and I'll watch the movie with my dad.
Oh, look at this beauty! Oh, they really announced this. Oh, remastered and restored in 4K with HDR and Dolby Vision. This collection includes the Academy Award-winning Best Picture Godfather and Godfather 2, alongside acclaimed conclusion Mario Puzo's Godfather Coda, Death of Michael Corleone, as well as an extensive array of new and legacy behind-the-scenes features. Interesting. Not enough discs here to have what I want in it, but that's a start.
I also mentioned that the Daniel Craig Bond movies.
So now is it only coming with Coda? Oh, they're not putting the original Godfather 3 on 4K? I hope it has the original version on there too. What?
That's crazy if they wouldn't do that. I hate when they do that. When they like I like Superman 2, the Donner cut and everything, but it's like once they release that, they stop giving you the theatrical cut too, which is kind of
actually,
weird.
it's the only one you can get anymore. It seems like
Yeah,
it's a theatrical cut. Because I doubt the Donner cut will get a 4K release. They didn't master it in 4K.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the complete saga too on here.
American Underdog, that's coming on 4K soon. That new movie. The Daniel Craig 5-film Bond collection is coming out on 4K. Spider-Man No Way Home, I mentioned that one. The Kingsman.
House of Gucci.
Yeah, House of Gucci. I said From Dusk Till Dawn, but that does not have a release date. It just says later this year.
I heard about From Dusk Till Dawn like a year ago.
Brain Candy is finally coming out.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall.
I remember like
I thought I had that already.
I remember being really close to buying.
Dream a Little Dream is coming out on Blu-ray. So
really,
I remember wanting to get From Dusk Till Dawn on Blu-ray until I heard that they were doing a 4K remaster. It's like, okay, I'll wait.
Okay, Crocodile Dundee 3 is finally getting its own solo release. I got that in the trilogy already, but it's never been released by itself.
There's a different steelbook for Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Evidently.
Yeah, they got a new one coming out for that.
Oh, so it's the one from the. Okay, this is better because like the one like the original steelbook, the ones with the hands up top. I'm like, really? Like, you could have done something cooler than that. I mean, that's just me. It's got the original kind of poster. I kind of wish they did the black and white poster. That would have been fucking badass.
But yeah. I know we might get Psycho Cop. If you like Psycho Cop, you might get that from Vinegar Syndrome.
What about Vinegar Syndrome?
If you like the movie Psycho Cop from the 80s.
The Great Escape is coming out on 4K soon. Or is it out already? I don't know. I think that one's by Kino.
I went to the Liberation Hall website. They don't have it up to pre-order yet, but it's supposed to be coming out. But
for Robocop?
For Robocop series,
yeah. I was just looking for it too. I mean, they got the SKUs and everything out for it, but yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have
there
it
was
up
a
on the
website I
yet.
thought I had found that I could pre-order it, but I was just like, oh, I don't know if they're going to charge me yet, so I didn't order it yet. So.
Yeah. And I know that like with the Blu-ray set, they upscaled it to 16 by 9, and then on the DVD set, it's the original anamorphic 4:3. So I don't know why they did that, but yeah. But there's all that. So I guess that's that. And Runner, you did an all right job there, running down some stuff.
Yeah, I was just going through the ones like I just found like, okay, this is coming out and all that.
Alrighty. We'll see about next Wednesday. Maybe we'll do the Scream stream next Wednesday if we all get a chance to see at least the new one or something. If not, we'll just do the physical media show.
Yeah.
So we could talk about it. But yeah, I guess that's that. Thank you, Tom, for showing up. I was going to let you sleep, man. You didn't have to show up if you didn't have, if you didn't want to. But thank you, man. And Runner, thank you as always. And also, I think I just saw where Mike was going to join us too, but he was also asleep.
Yeah, so, Mike hasn't joined us in a while. I miss that guy.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him on here next week. It looks like he was asleep too. But thank you guys, and hail to the chat, Random Brad, Dragon Master.
It would have been great. I was gonna say it would have been great if Mike was here, because I would like to talk to him about the whole Lynch Dune and compare it to the new one, because I know he's a big fan of the Lynch Dune.
Yeah, he likes the original.
Yeah, I prefer the new one. So I would like if we had that kind of debate.
There you Maybe we'll get Mike on next time. Sleep is king. But thank you guys once again for coming on. Random Brad to the chat. Random Brad Creator, Dragon Master 360, Tyrell 72, Dan Blackroyd, Brian Barth, Cosmic Squirrel, Mr. Plague Doctor. Welcome back too, because he said he was on a long vacation and he was excited for tonight's show. So glad you were here, man. And if I didn't say your name or if I didn't mention you, I forgot you, I do apologize, but thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for everybody watching. And as we go, I will give you my classic send off.
How you doing? Bitches leave.